We are recording. We are recording. Yes, yes, yes. So we are back. This is BFREE Quarantine. I have one of our newer producers, Tunu. Talk to us. Tell us what you were working on prior to this whole pandemic going on.
So prior to the pandemic, I was really excited to work on my podcast, and I had figured out this whole formula about how to be a successful comedian, and here we are.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I saw you've been doing a lot of some Zoom comedy stuff or whatever. Has that helped out with your time away?
Yeah, so one of the things that I was really concerned about, Shaun, is the fact that, you know, in comedy, what we do, if the audience doesn't know, we try out one joke several times in different places, in different comedy clubs.
Okay.
And that gives you the idea to see, okay, this works with this demographic, this doesn't work at all, cut it. So we're constantly refining and reworking jokes, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden there's no rooms because people cannot congregate. And so I just remember getting emails like, okay, well, only 20 people are allowed to the show. And then the shows are canceled. And so I was doing open mics around the city, and all of a sudden there's nothing. And I just remembered going to sleep one night, and before I went to sleep, I was in prayer, and I was just like, God, give me an answer of what to do. Mm-hmm. Really wonderful homegirl. Her name is Holly Murchison. I got on a call with her, and she was like, Zoom, because my concern with Instagram Live and Facebook Live is you don't get any feedback.
Absolutely.
They're texting or they're typing to you while you're speaking. It's just very distracting, and I didn't think that it would be appropriate for the kind of work that I do, you know? Mm-hmm. So I tried the Zoom room. It went well. And it's been going well. I was doing it every Tuesday night on Instagram Live. And I actually have to change that because I got an I don't know. It's an interesting thing. So I applied to UCB. UCB is Upright Citizens Brigade. It's a pretty well-known comedy company. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I like is that they have like ins for industry writers. And that's one of my goals as well.
Okay.
And so I applied for the diversity scholarship. I'm not sure if I got it, but they called me to do an online.
We'll cross our fingers. We'll cross our fingers for you.
Yes, I'm hoping so. So that online class takes place on Tuesdays. So I have to change the date of my Zoom that I was doing live. Uh-huh. But even the Zoom started to become a little awkward and just not. I don't know. It's not live, you know?
Yeah.
And I think by this point in the quarantine, we're all Zoomed out. Yeah. Like people are Zoomed out, they're FaceTimed out, they're Google chat classrooms. Like I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Well, considering a lot of times, a lot of people don't even like the FaceTime as is. So it's like, you know, this is reintroducing another form of communication to a lot of different people. Some people don't really have, you know, they just don't download these things or whatever, and now they're forced to use it. Right. I know you're a mom. So how's that working out with you and your youngin? Just, you know, trying to, you know, do the whole Zoom thing and learning and stuff like that. How's that going for you?
So thankfully, my daughter was homeschooled prior to this grand apocalypse.
Okay.
So we kind of had a rhythm in terms of just like, you know, when she does her sit down schoolwork, when learning is in process, how, you know, there's just a rhythm in the household. Mm-hmm. So that's not bad. What I love is that my family can spend so much time together.
Okay.
You know, like my husband was working in New Jersey and commuting to New Jersey every day from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
So that was like, now he's at home.
Okay.
You know, and so we have a newborn also, and so the newborn's with him, and I'm talking to you.
Okay. Congrats.
It's a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot more balanced in terms of like the hand work for me personally, or not, because here it is.
We are in the quarantine, and that's good because everybody needs to see
help.
Yeah, come on in. Everybody needs to see how we all people living, you know, we live in a regular life, and this stuff goes on, you know.
This is right, exactly what happened. He's like, I need his teething ring. Okay.
Cool.
But
So what type of
yeah.
stuff? What type of stuff? Okay, so now that you're home, you said you were doing the comedy stuff. So what are your steps you kind of do going forward or whatever? I guess aside from comedy, what else are you trying to work on?
So I am working on a sitcom.
Okay.
Quite honestly, I think it's been interesting writing for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been actually much more challenging than it was prior. I am writing comedy almost every day. I'll be honest about that. I had a better regimen, but what happened family-wise is that because for some reason we're all getting up later and we're all going to sleep later. So
Absolutely.
it's kind of like everything's been pushed kind of back,
Yeah.
But I say that to say that it changed my writing times, which were like really regimented, and now it's kind of more free for all as long as I get it done.
So question for you, what goals do you have with all that being said?
With all that being said, it's so interesting. My goals haven't changed.
Okay.
I just know that I have to let go of how they're gonna look. Mm-hmm. Right, how they're going to unfold, right? Okay. So in my mind, I got into UCB because I'm taking a free class, right?
Okay.
So that was one of my goals. One of my goals is to make sure that I'm constantly working on my television writing skills. Okay. That's happening. Okay. Another one of my goals involves doing comedy in front of a stadium. Now that I'm not sure about how, but I know it's not a matter of how, but when. Right. So I'm just keeping that in the forefront of my mind. Mm-hmm. I was working on a podcast that's kind of slowed down a lot. But one thing that actually picked up when my daughter was born 7 years ago, I penned a children's book about Nina Simone.
Okay.
My illustrator has all the time in the world now.
Okay.
So he's been busting out like pages like constantly. So I'm just like, yes. Okay. So I'm looking forward to launching that. It should be fun to do and to like push to people, because the idea behind that book is that creativity is such a driving force in our lives that we can use creativity to be activists. We can use creativity to connect with people. And so I'm really excited about releasing that.
That's great.
And one of the things that we were doing on Instagram, my daughter and I was doing a daily story time, just because people need to hear stories, people need to just be with their children or even not with their children and just listen to stories, Mm-hmm. So that's been something that's been really helpful.
How has, how, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, because it's a lot I kind of want to get into. So how has the actual homeschool experience worked out with this transition, since you kind of were already doing it already anyways?
So the most challenging thing, Shaun, is that she's not going out.
Okay.
That's been very hard. I'm proud of her because she's been extremely creative. Right now, she's singing an aria. I'm sure you can hear her. I'm like, what? She made an RV yesterday out of an umbrella, an old scooter, my small luggage, and my good sheets.
Okay.
So she's kind of like doing her own thing,
Imagination
is much freer. I'm like, you want to be on the computer to escape for 2 hours? I would have never been like fine on the computer for 2 or 3 hours straight. Now I'm like, it's fine. You're a Corona kid. You need to de-stress.
What are some things you look forward to though afterwards?
Oh my God. Hugs.
Okay. Well, you might have to wait for that. You might have to wait for the second wave of hugs, once they find.
Yeah, no, I definitely know it's gonna. I don't want to hug. I can't wait to go to the nail salon. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to. And you know what? It's interesting you asking this question, because I have a friend who's getting her master in disaster strategy, and she's a doula.
Wow.
And one of the things, she's powerful shit, really powerful stuff, excuse me. And one of the things that she talks about is in certain communities, there's this idea about getting things back, like bouncing back. And the idea is subconsciously reflected, because it's like bouncing back to what? And we have to really look at how we experience wanting to get things normal. and where our comfort zones lie, and not only where our comfort zones lie, but in what ways are we willing to push the envelope and change what was normal to us so that we can have a better life experience, right?
Yes.
Because the reality is, you can't tell me that we all got put on punishment. We all got put on time out at one time, mind you. Yeah. We're all experiencing grief. If it's not personally direct, somebody that you know is experiencing grief. We're all isolated. We're all experiencing this in one time. And there's so many theories about why it's happening, and that's not important. Yeah. For me, I'm focused on what is happening and why is that what happening. Yeah. And what can I do to learn and grow and become more of myself and more free throughout what is happening, right? Yeah. And so one of the things I tell my daughter, life is about learning and growing and loving. Okay. That's it. If you're not learning and growing and loving, you're not alive.
You're very glass half empty, and I appreciate that, especially in a time like this with a lot of stuff that's going on. I have to be like that as well, because it's like you have to find ways to cope and not try to, like, you know, drive yourself crazy, because, you know, it's so many bad reports and things going out there. People are losing their life, so it's very important. So, like I said, you were doing the comedy thing. You're still doing the comedy thing. I applaud you for that, because I like to joke around, but it's very hard to kind of be funny on, you know, when you need to be funny. So,
I'm gonna tell you something about that though. You know, this shit is funny, not funny. Yeah. It's like ha hell. You know, it's funny, not funny. Absolutely. But that's life though, right?
Yep.
Like if you think about it, none of the stuff we really be laughing at is all the way funny. The truth about it is not funny, but how we experience it is hilarious. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you a little story. I had locks my whole life since I was
gonna ask you about that. Yeah, okay.
Let me tell you what had happened. Mama was like, "I'm gonna do something new. I'm gonna cut my hair. I cut my hair. I didn't like the way it looked. My husband loved it. I didn't like it. It was a little longer than this, right? Okay. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get my first perm.
Okay.
Yo.
Got
You're supposed to refresh your perm every 6 weeks. Bro, my shit was this high off the top of my head, nappy. The perm was like.
Did this happen? This happened while we were in quarantine.
This is all my Corona perm experience.
Oh, yes. Okay. I gotta reference it, because I was like, what was going? Okay, that's nuts. Okay, all right, okay.
I never permed my hair in my life, and I've heard so many horror stories. Have you heard, like, black women be like, I got a bald spot, and I got and then I burnt, it was itching, and I'm scratching, and we all saw Malcolm X. He had to put his head in the coat, like.
Absolutely.
So I was like, all right, what am I gonna do? Like, my hair is growing out. I don't want it to start breaking. Like, I rebuke bald spots in the name of Jesus. Like, I can't do it.
I mean,
like, I am a bald spot. Not your kind of bald spot. Like, yeah, no, I can't. Like, nobody can help me. My husband be looking at me crazy. Like, you know? So I was like, all right, what I'm gonna do? I went to the store, Shaun, it wasn't no perms left.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to Rite Aid over here, and it was the whole natural hair kit. It was all the natural hair care products was all there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The perm section was dun-dun.
Yeah. Well, it's like, everybody's trying to find a way to, like, kind of keep themselves up. Like, for a while I was scruffing it, and then eventually I said, you know what, I can't do this. I have to have some type of level of consistency.
Self-respect.
You say self-respect, I say consistency. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is. So tell everybody where they can find you at, because you are online, and I do want people to come and check you out, because you are doing a lot of good things.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So my Instagram name is Tunu Thom. TUNUTH. Look at me showing off my sign language.
I was going to ask you. Okay.
and my Facebook is also Tunu Thom. I'm working on my website, actually. Hopefully it'll be launched after Corona, right? That's exciting.
Launch after Corona.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely excited. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. Where else? There's probably other places.
You can find you at BRIC when we open back up.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I miss my BRIC family. I miss You know, the most thing I miss being outside and not feeling like I have to hurry up.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for the street lights to come on.
You know, I mean, yo, that's a whole nother level.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
listen.
kind of feels like we're policing each other outside. You know, it's very strange.
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because we've been going. I got to get some more people, and I appreciate you for making some time.
We appreciate you too. Like I said, like I'm 1,000 people.
No, but it's more people in your house, so we appreciate you. We definitely gonna build on the channels, and we'll see you soon. All right.
All right, dear.
All right. Hey. All right. Later.
Have a good one. Thank you so much.